Hello farmers, welcome back to East Vineland, almost around the noon hour in the month of July. I've been doing some harvesting contracts like I said I would, and I took one more harvesting contract with all of them complete and some bales being sold. We're almost up to $420,000. I still got more bales to go pick up in one more field, so we'll be doing that here very shortly. I am going around and just looking at some farmland because we're doing that Better Contracts mod where we're getting some discounts by doing some contracts for some people. So if we go look at the map, I was looking at field number 10, and it was Emily something or other owned field number 10. Emily Nicholson. Well, she owned that field. I'm finding out, if you exit the game, come back in, the lands that farmers own change hands, because now land number 10 is owned by Zoe Scott. So try to get contracts done for a specific owner if you want to buy land. Well, that can work if you don't, save the game and quit and come back in, because it's going to be a different landowner. So that's why I started looking around, because I'm doing a lot of contracts for Gina Hartman. I've done 4 contracts for her, and I got a 20% discount. So she actually has a piece of land right up here, number field 62. Currently, it's going to go for us for $459,861. That's with a 20% discount. How big is this field? Well, it's a field of barley. Not been harvested, and that is a decent sized field. I don't have the cash for it yet, but I'm hoping we can buy it before it's ready for harvesting, because I would like to get in here with the Class Arion, if we can buy it, do soil sampling with narrow tires, and then spread some fertilizer on it to get the field as best as we can before we harvest it, because that's a lot of barley. I can bring that down and process that into some flour. So yeah, we need about another 40,000. I can probably get like 10 or so from the straw bales, and then of course with our solar panels, maybe get some enough cash. I don't know. We'll have to see how it's going to go. First off, I will have to go in and turn off flight mode. That way I can get into my vehicles. So let's go on down to my T8, which is currently at the biomass heating plant. We're going to go pick up some straw bales. I don't know how many loads. It's definitely 1. Maybe 2. I don't know. Let's go see as we head on down. So yeah, I've been cruising around in our combine, and I will say this, with all the contracts I was doing, I was in the last field, and then the fuel meter started flashing at me saying, hey, I could use some fuel. I'm like, yeah, I'm not nowhere near the farm. I got actually back to the farm. I think it's under 20 liters of diesel I got left in the combine, so that's sitting there waiting to be refueled. I mean, if we need to get some extra cash today, which I think we might, we'll have to pick up a contract here or there and try to get ourselves a little bit more, maybe more discount with Gianna or Gianna. I don't know how you would say that. See if I can get a contract with her, maybe get another 5% off, and that would help us out quite a bit. So we'll see. We'll see how far the straw bales get us, but I also need to get to our grass field. I cut the grass in that. Was that in June? Could have been in June, I don't remember. But we need to bale that. No, that was the beginning of July. Yeah, it's been a long day for me in July here. Now, let me turn this on here. Let me go ahead and do that. That's going to spawn at a weird part, so we just got to reset everything. Reset. There we go. Now we should be grabbing the bales. So we're all set. So I also been talking about getting into the tractor. Maybe trading in the Class Arion, but I don't want to trade in the Class Arion because that has narrow tires on it, and I need that to get into our fields if needed. So if I get into the big tractor and I sell the Class Arion to do so, that leaves me a vehicle. I don't know if the 710, if those tires are classified as narrow tires, but then I don't want to be spraying for weeds using fertilizer on the 710. The 710 is not really made for that, so we'll find our way around. We'll figure something out. Slowly but surely, we'll figure it out. But definitely getting another field would be kind of nice. Although there's a lot of things that we could use for sure. But yeah, that field with barley in it is looking very appetizing to my stomach. So I would like to go ahead and be able to purchase that. So the field we're picking up the straw bales in now, this is the field I was talking about last episode, saying, oh, that field's ready for harvest, but the contract wasn't up. It wasn't long after recording to where I double-checked the contracts before I logged off, and boom, the contract was right there. The contract that still hasn't coming up is field 113. I think that's the biggest, well, maybe not the biggest field, but it could be. Field 113. That contract has not come up, and that is still ready for harvest. So I'm keeping my eye open for that one. I would have to drive my combine all the way down there, but we would figure it out one way or another. Because that contract, I think, does pay like 10 grand. Then if we count the straw bales, it's going to work out rather well. Hey, look at that. We just reached a noon hour, and we just got additional 3 grand in the bank account. Yeah, I feel like it's a little bit like American Truck Simulator, where I'm always trying to get money. Well, today I'm looking for the cash. And hopefully I get a full trailer load of straw bales. Yeah, we should be a full load here. And that's going to give me like 12 grand. Yeah, I just want to, if we can buy that field before the crop is ready for harvest. And the reason why that's key, because I could, do the soil sampling, like I said, fertilize it. If the field is ready for harvest, then we buy it. I can still do soil sampling, but you cannot spread fertilizer on a crop that's ready for harvest. So, yeah, we'll just see how far we get. If we get there, we get there. If we don't, we don't. Or, if I really want to cheat a little bit more, I could just save the game, log off, log back on, and see what fields are now a discount. Because the lands change hands. So that's a little... I was trying to figure, I'm like, where did Emily go? She owned that land. Where did she go? Oh, that's a full trailer right there. Let's go deliver these. But I mean, it works out. I mean, if I'm going to buy a field, it doesn't matter if I buy a small field or a big field. In a way, I'm still, just getting more fields. It's got to spend more cash for a bigger field, which is fine. It's all good. I was trying to figure out other ways to earn money today if I could. I just checked the contract before I hit record, and no good contracts. I would say good contracts. No decent contracts are out there that appeal to me. I got some harvesting contracts I could do for like a couple grand, but that's not going to get us to where we need to be. Field 113 would definitely get us pretty darn close where we need to be. Like I said, about 10 grand for the contract itself. And off that field, I probably could get like 20 grand worth of straw. And this is going to bring in, like I said, about 12 grand. So for those of you may not notice, or some may notice, I did turn off the critter mod. Had a few people that didn't like it, and not one person said that they think it's great. I got used to it. Didn't bother me one way or the other, so I just turned it off because a few people were like, yeah, it's annoying, I don't like it, and that's fine. Like I said, didn't, at first I thought it was good, then I just kind of, I don't want to say ignored it, but I didn't notice it, so I was like, yeah, we'll just turn it off. There we go. So that's 10.5 and 11.2, so yeah, almost 12 grand. Let's head back down and grab the rest of the bales. Go sell those. And then we'll go make some bales. Straw bales, that is. I did do a little bit of an oopsie when I was driving around, though, with the combine doing contracts. I may or may not have driven over my own field a little bit. So, yeah, the new field that we bought, what's that, field 49, I think it is? Yeah, I was just, cruising along with the header on the combine, trying to take shortcuts. And I went to a field, I'm like, hey, that's funny, that crop is being destroyed. And I'm like, oh, that's because, that's your field. You're not quite where you thought you were. That's why sticking to roads is kind of a good thing to be in a habit in, because start driving around people's fields, you start driving through your own. But it's kind of interesting. I've always talked about, and someone just said this was out in 19, there was a mod to where if you drove through other farmers' fields, you would destroy the crops. And you would be fined for it. And that was a mod in 19. I thought it was in 17, but someone said no, that was 19. And then I think I talked about before about the missions in 17, to where when you did enough missions for a farmer, you got a discount on their land, and now Better Contracts has that for us. I would like to see more options on that. Like I said, the lowest percentage I could find is 5%. So every time I did a contract for a farmer, it's 5% discount, 5% discount. I would like to see it just a little bit lower than that. But we'll roll with it because the land in East Vineland is true to its meaning that the land is what the price would be in real life. It's expensive. So getting the discount makes it feel more like Farming Simulator, price-wise. Alright, so I got 5 bales here. I'm not going to get a whole lot for this. Maybe a couple grand, if that. So let's go sell these, head back home, get that grass wrapped up so I can start fermenting. It's got plenty of time because we don't sell the silage until January anyways. Alright, can I get a couple grand? Please. Yes, I can. Well, almost. About $1,800 right there. Not too bad. And here is the scene of the crime right there, driving with the combine. And I went, oopsies, that's my field. Luckily, I mean, it's probably about maybe $500 worth of damage of crops, if that. But it's still $500. So right now I'm kind of parking everything everywhere again, even though a couple episodes ago I started cleaning up the yard a little bit. Parking things away, but it's the busy time of year. It's summer. I'm starting to throw stuff here and there. It's hard for me to put things away when I know I'm going to be using that here very shortly. So I tend to leave it out. Just like I'm going to leave the T8 and that right there, because I'm going to be picking up some silage bales or fermenting silage bales here in just a moment. Lower that down, turn it on. Hopefully it turns it right into a grass bale. I think it did. Good amount of straw in there, but I'd rather have it turn over the grass because I'll get more for the silage. So this is probably going to take me a little while. Yeah, we're a little bit damaged here. Maybe I should go repair because I'm only doing 5. I could be doing 6 miles an hour. So when I get down to the end, we'll head to the garage. We'll repair this on up just to help me out a little bit. So getting a bigger baler is something I'm looking for, but I'm not going to go out and just buy it because we have a baler and a wrapper. So we have one. It's not like I don't have one and I could use one. I could just be nice to have the upgrade, but there's more important things to do, like buy a field and you know, save up some cash for the meat factory. And there's a few other things I would like to get, but it's that list of things I always talk about, what we want and what we need. And I think we need just a little bit more land to make it feasible to have the big combine that we do. And that way we can start producing our own money rather than going to have to go and do contracts all the time. Nothing wrong with doing contracts because you're still farming and you're making money. That's the whole point. All right, let's go repair this. Yeah, so I've made 2,600 bales with this baler. And 1,300 since I last reset it. Let's go ahead and repair this for $1,272. It's a big bill. Just like this is for $1,076. We'll repair the Class Arion as well. I'd have to go back and look. I think it would be like episode maybe 3 of East Vineland, but we did buy this Class Arion. It was used. I don't remember how many hours it had on it when we bought it. It's not like the T8. The T8 we bought brand new, so all the hours on that is hours that I put on. And same thing can be said about the Combine. And I think on the Combine I'm out to about maybe 4 hours on that. So that thing is just eating away at the crop when we go to harvest. Can't get much bigger header in reality. I have seen headers out there that will make you gasp at the size of them. But the 60-foot header honeybee header is a real thing. I think I saw the thumbnail. I think it was Millennial Farmer that maybe had the 60-foot header. I could be wrong on that, but I think he tried the honeybee 60-foot header this year. I don't know if anyone watches Millennial Farmer, but please confirm or whatever about that. But I think it was Millennial Farmer had the Honeybee 60-foot header. Now, for fun and giggles, as I'll say it, back in Farm Relators 15, when I started to learn about XML files and how to edit mods and all that kind of stuff, I took just a regular header and I made it harvest a 100-meter wide area, and boy, did that lag out everything. I was basically harvesting like 2 or 3 fields sometimes. Even the header width was the same as it was in the mod. It was like a 40-foot header. But I edited the working width to like 100 meters. So there's unrealistic mods out there, but we try to keep it somewhat realistic around here. I'm finding myself going more and more towards realistic than what I used to do in Farming Simulator. Although I just did Silver Run and you know, used the auto-loading for a logging trailer. But if I didn't use the auto-loading logging trailer, I'd probably still be in episode 1 trying to load logs into a trailer. Okay, maybe not that bad. I think I did okay with that Volvo wheel loader with the grappling hook on the last episode. I think I did pretty good with that one. That worked out rather well. But speaking of another Let's Play or another map, I have been looking at maps for my second Let's Play on the channel. And I think I've gone maybe through like 6 maps I downloaded, looked at, and a couple I was like, nope. Nothing wrong with the map itself, it's not what I'm looking for what I want to do. And unfortunately now we're at that time of the year, I want to say unfortunately, but we are at that time of the year where Giants now takes their like 2 or 3 week vacation for the holidays. So I don't know if mods are going to roll out normally. When I say normally, I mean like the everyday that they usually do. Is it going to be slower, or is it going to be no mod updates at all? There was a mod update today, even though, when I say today is the 20th? No, pardon me. Today is the 21st. So, anyways, on the 20th they announced that they were taking their usual holiday break. But there was new mods on the mod hub today, so I don't know if some people are still working. So, anyways, there's a few maps I wanted to see when they got released, and they're off the list, but they didn't get released. So that must mean that they went back to the mod maker to get some things corrected. But I'm shooting for early January, right after the holidays, to get a second Let's Play going. In the meantime, you can probably look forward to more Snow Runner on here. And probably for the holiday season myself, you're going to have days where we don't have 2 videos a day anyways. Although 2 videos a day for me, along with regular work and, well, of course, being the holidays, it's quite a bit. Just wrapping up money bales here. Yeah, we're not going to have enough money, I don't think, just doing what we're doing today to buy that field. I could start clicking on the map, looking for other fields that she owns. But after, you know, I was like, oh, okay, well, field number 10 is not owned by Emily anymore. It's owned by another person. And I was wondering when I logged in today, I said, who's going to be owned by now? And I'm like, no, it's not her. It's like, okay, no big deal. So I started looking around and I found that field. I'm like, ooh, you know what? Getting that field probably be better. Because that field will already be one field. I won't have to merge them together. It's got a crop on there where I can get some good straw bales. And I can use the crop down to make flour. It might be one of those things to where, because I've been talking about the new baler, I buy the field, spend all my money on that, and the next morning we wake up and in the store would be like the Kuhn baler, which would be the preferred baler of choice, because this tractor here should be able to pull that barely. This would have like 10 more horsepower than it requires. Any other baler needs about 250 horsepower. But the field definitely is worth more to me than an upgraded baler right now. I did even look at the grass field just down the road. I'm like, oh, if they own the grass field, maybe I can get that for a discount. So I wouldn't mind having that grass field, and I can take this grass field here, and I don't want to say get rid of it completely, but I wouldn't be harvesting the grass. I'd just put like the other sheep pen here, and I could use the other part of the land to put down other sheds, maybe even the silo. I think that is all the grass for the most part off here. I think there was a swath here that I may have kind of missed, or did I already grab that? I think I already grabbed it. We're going to go down here. Actually, no, I just repaired everything, so that should be good. That little patch of grass there just because I'm going right over it. Now, the other two grass contracts are still there, but they want hay, and I'm refusing to do hay contracts right now. Still pay decent amount of good money for it, but just more work. Yep, I'm complaining about how much work it takes to make hay. Silage is much easier. You just put the mower in a swath, and the baler picks up, wraps it, and you're good to go. Hay is you got to mow it, ted it, then re-windrow it to put it into a swath, and then bale it. And that is good here. Actually, while we're here, let's go ahead and wash the mowers. Even though I'm not done with them for the year, they are kind of filthy. Keep them clean, get the grass off it so it doesn't corrode into the metal. I don't think I can reach. Yeah, I can. And yeah, look how dirty the combine is. I do have just a little bit of concern. I talked about not upgrading the engine on the 790. I'm thinking the corn/sunflower header is going to require a little bit more horsepower. Actually, I didn't even see how much horsepower the 790 is. I was looking at the price guide for it, so I may have to look to see how much horsepower that is. Let's see, harvesters. And the 790 is 503 horsepower compared to the 990, which is 634. So it's not that big of an upgrade. But we'll have to wait and see. Right now, this is a regular bean header or cereal header does fine. Actually, I didn't want to get in that yet. I want to hop into the combine. Let's go ahead and fill it up. I love this, how it refuels here. It refuels in a matter of a second. And it's done. We'll go ahead and park this over here for now. I'm going to fuel up the Class Arion, the 660. It's kind of weird though, when the combine pulls up to this header, it doesn't look like it's the 60-foot header. But if I were to bring back the 4-meter wide header that we had, it'd be pretty clear the size of that thing. Yeah, this is kind of low on fuel, so let's go ahead and top this off. I think I got about 7,000 liters of fuel in here. Now, once I get a fuel tanker of some sorts, I do want to remove the fuel that's here and put it into our tanker out back. And then any fuel that's left in here, I can go ahead and sell. And I won't have to worry about it. Selling all my fuel. At least I'll have my storage back there. But we don't have a tanker yet, so don't really have enough fuel to make it feasible to go buy a tanker right now and just sell a little bit about a fuel that we have. Let's go ahead and pick these on up and put it into the stockpile. It's going to be just short, I believe, of a full trailer. Well, actually, no. It might be a full trailer because we almost had a full bale to start with. Okay, not quite a full trailer, but still decent. Yeah, it wasn't even close. Okay, 25. It's not too bad. Especially when January comes and I sell them. It'd be nice. I just gotta remember the months to sell what. Not everything needs to be sold in January like I did last year. I think honey is in February. Better turn this off. Here, wait a minute. So I don't pick up anything. I wonder if I can stack these on top of the other ones. Probably not. Too bad I can't rotate those a little bit. I realize if I fiddle with a trailer, I could probably rotate them. Okay, that didn't work out that well. All right, let me go ahead. Oh, this is gonna be a mess. Yep, a complete disaster. I just did. Yeah, I was trying to get too fancy with it. All right, restocked them, put them over here. They'll be fine. I got a couple bales still sitting over there, and I'll pick them up another time when I have like a half empty trailer. Go throw this here in our empty field for now. And we'll turn that off. How much fuel do I got left in there? That's like a half a tank. That's not too bad. Let me just double check. I know it's only been about half an hour or so. But let me just go ahead here. Cultivating. No, those are the baling ones. And none of the big harvesting contract has not shown up yet. So let's try just fast forwarding time a little bit. And I'll keep checking the contracts. I could just refresh it down here, but that would just refresh the grass contracts, and they could come up as silage contracts. I don't want to keep. I did that last year, a couple times for a couple other reasons, and we'll just get more money that way. Field 113 for 12,000. Yes, let's accept that contract, please. Thank you very much. That's what I was waiting for. Well, now we're all set. Because now I'm sitting at 440,000. And whoops, where am I going here? Right here, farmland. And field number 62 is 460,000. So by the time I do the contract, that's what, 12,000 for the contract, right? 12,000 for the contract and silage bale. I just need 20 grand. I will easily get that much in straw off that field. All right, so you fire on up, and then I left you over by the fuel refinery. We'll get Frank or Mrs. Frank or whoever to follow us in the class Arion and the baler. And we'll head on down to field 113 and start harvesting. And then trying to figure out how I want to do this, because now the T8 will have to bring down the baling trailer and the trailer to transport the grain. This is why a third tractor would be nice, like the JCB Fast Track. Now, someone did make a comment like the JCB Fast Track is not really meant for field work. It's for like transporting stuff around. And I agree with that. I think that's why... Wait, what are you following here? You want to follow that. There you go. But that's what I would use it for. But maybe in the near future I will have a Mack truck in a trailer. So maybe... I keep saying I'm going to get myself a JCB, and we just never really get there all the way down, do we? Alright, so now I got to get down to field 113. I can't cut across that field because that's my crop. But I can cut across over in this field because it's not my field. Or just take the road that's right on down here with my header going through the shrubs. Well, we got everything down here that we need. Currently, I just don't have the baling trailer, but that's fine. If I just go up and down the field like this, I should run into my own bales. But as we know, I had my Wheaties this morning, so if a bale does get in the way, I'll just roll it out of the way. Not that big of a bale. I can't pick it up, but it is a round bale, so I could roll it. All this grain's got to be delivered to the South Grain Mill, which is just right over there, that silo right there. I think this will be like the third time I've done this field. Maybe 4 times I've harvested this field. I try to do it every year because it pays well, and of course with the straw on it, it's even better. But this is the first time I got to use not just our own combine, but a 60-foot wide header. So it's going to be, I don't want to say quick work, but it's going to be the quickest I've ever done it, which makes sense. Now, this will definitely get us the money to buy the field today, so we can dip in there later on in the afternoon with the Arion and narrow tires. I think I'll be able to take soil samples with a crop in the ground. Hopefully the soil sampler won't destroy the crop. And then, yeah, we'll be able to get in there and fertilize the field because it's not ready for harvest, so I should be able to fertilize it. I won't be able to put lime down. At least we'll get it at a good fertilizing stage before it's ready for harvest. It looks like tomorrow it might be ready because I've been doing some barley fields, and that's a barley field that's not ready yet. I think August is the last month it's ready for harvest. I better double check that. I hope it's not one of those they put the crop in late and it's gonna, you know, it's gonna wither. Alright, I'm gonna have to do one headland here because I can't go up and down the field like I wanted to because we got trees and such here. So I'll have to do one headland here. I'll have to come back and get that corner piece later on with the baler, along with a couple other pieces. One headland is all you need, being this wide, because the combine can come down the end of the field and do a quick U-turn very easily. And plus, with a big field like this, I'm probably going to end up with like 5,000 or 6,000 liters left over. So I'll be able to put that into our grain mill and make flour. There, by doing this, I won't impede traffic when I come down here. Of course, every field that we do with a contract in, they all got stones in it, so it's probably damaging my header a little bit. But not enough to really hurt it too much. Pipe out. Let's get sorter ready. I think I'm going to get about 2.5 trailer loads of bales off this field, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so that's good enough. I would teleport on over, which we're going to do, but I mean tab over, because I'm getting to have actually a lot of vehicles. Oh, we actually got a silage bale on the first one. So that'll have to go in our pile. I should be able to sell that to the biogas heating plant. I don't think they take grass. I'll have to double check on that. If they take grass, then yeah, I'll just have to figure a way to. I'll figure a way to transport that some way, shape, or form. Let's sneak up here. So this harvest is going to take me a while, so we're just doing a little bit more here. And I'll have to complete most of it in between episodes. And I think at the beginning of the next episode, we'll finish up the harvest and then transport the bales and then buy the field. And then work on that field number... Ooh, you know what? I just realized I got to finish this now. Because if I save the game, exit the game, she may not own that field when I come back on. Oh, Gina Hartman. Well, it's going to be a long night for me. It isn't going to take me that long to harvest field, maybe like another half an hour or so. Yeah, I want that field now. I had it set in my mind like I want that field, and I don't want to... I got to have it. It's a want and a need. It's one of those both things. It's a want and a need. All right, I guess I'll have to take maybe a jump cut here very shortly and get most of the field harvested, and we'll have to buy the field this episode, I suppose, and then I can go edit and render the video and get it uploaded because I need to get it started. All right, pipe in. So it's 2:45 in the afternoon. Like I said, it's probably going to take me like a half an hour, I'm guessing, just to harvest the field. I could be shocked. Might be quicker. Don't know. It always, when you first start a big field like this, when you're going around the headlands, it's like, yeah, it's going to take a while. But once you kind of get going, and this can go up and down in the field and not take as many turns, it seems like it can go a little bit faster. And then, of course, I'm going to have to make a couple trips over to the grain mill to unload this. That trailer can't quite hold 2 combine loads. Oh, yeah, okay, wait, I was like, what the heck's going on there? There's a collectible right there. I can see it right at the edge of the grass right there. In case you're looking for them on East Vineland, I think there's got to be 100 of those collectibles on this map. Because I run over them all the time on the edges of the field going from contract to contract. You just zip it on down and you hit one of those collectibles and your tractor goes bouncing up in the air. I gotta double check. I never did this before, but I wonder if there's a dev command to delete all collectibles on the map. I don't want to collect them. I just want to delete them. Yeah, I'm not one to collect the collectibles. We did it on Silver Run, just to show up. Yeah, I had this problem in this field before. That's a common thing. Don't worry about it. I had the same problem with a 45-foot header. Luckily, I don't damage the crop. Oh, yeah, we did do the collectibles on Silver Run. So that was just to show off where they were. Didn't keep the money there either. I have collected a few of them on here just to get them off our fields, so I wouldn't run them over them all the time. I wonder if this header's going to be a problem on this field in certain areas because it is a little hilly right there. And some people have said they had an issue with this header on hilly lands. So if the angle of the hill is too steep, the header could have a problem harvesting it. That's the only issue with it. I did not need to do the headland here, but I'm so used to doing headlands, I did it anyways. Right, now I need to loop around. And we got to make it a big loop, so that way... can't tell who's in the class. I got to get this right. I don't want to say the wrong name. Who's in there? Looks like Frank Jr. is in there. Yeah, I got to give him plenty of room to get around so I don't T-bone him when I come back around. But now I got a headland down at the other end so I can just go up and down, not have to go all the way around. Either way, you're still harvesting. But yep, I thought I was going to finish this off and do a next episode. I thought it'd be a nice episode, just focus on that field alone. But yeah, as I said, she may not own that field when they come back on. So we're going to power through. We're going to get this field done, this contract done. We'll collect on the contract and of course deliver all the straw bales. That'll get us up to 460,000 to buy that land. And then we're good to go. So I will see you in a bit. A little bit more than a half hour has passed, but we are just about done. I just went over to the grain mill again. That's like my fourth trip over, and now it's 93% delivered. And I got a pass and a half left in the field. And the contract will be complete. And I'll just have to sell the straw bales to get enough money. I'm just going to sell enough just to get the 460,000, I think it is, to buy the field, and I'm going to sell the rest of the straw bales later on. Just want to purchase that field before I log off. That way we can buy that field through the owner that we need to. I just realized, though, I don't even know who I'm doing the contract for in this field. If it's through her again, I'll even get more of a discount from 20 to 25%, and yeah, it won't be as expensive. I can't be doing another contract for her. But then again, I did not look. Nope, this is Zoe Scott that we're doing the contract for. That would have been too good to be true, I guess. Can I get over that straw bale? Kind of. Let's not get it on the tracks. Oops. So even an angle like this on the field, this header is not having a problem harvesting it here. That corner piece has always been a problem going one direction but not the other. So I'll come back and get that later on. I mean later on, once we get down to the other end. But we have a good amount of straw bales here, so that'll give us enough money to buy the field, and also a little bit extra cash to be able to buy fertilizer if I need it. I can't see it using more than a full spreader's worth, which would cost me like 10 grand to fill that, but I'm pretty sure I got fertilizer in it currently. So we should be all set. Yeah, not too bad getting this field harvested in about, we'll say, 40 minutes or so. Probably going to save, I wouldn't have saved that much time. Luckily for me, the delivery point's right down here. It wasn't that far. If it was at the north end, the North Grain Mill, or North Grain Silo, whatever they call them, that would have taken me probably like 10 minutes longer to drive up to the other end and back in total, not in one trip. It's almost like this field was made for a 60-foot wide header. Who needs GPS anyways? Okay, GPS is nice when you're trying to weed a field and you can't see the weeds and know where you've been. Just trying to figure out how much grain I'm going to actually have when I get done with the contract. Like I said, the 93% was delivered. I might end up with more than I originally thought. Of course, I do got some pieces like this on the corners I'm not going to go around and get completely. But since I am right here, I will grab this. Don't think I want to be running the header through the shrubs, but get around that bale if I can. Now we'll zigzag our way up through here to get the other piece. Now, even course play has a problem with this field here. So if I do course play for field 113, it sees field 114, which is right there as part of this field. So if you ever do course play in East Vineland on field 113, it's going to include that field right there. I think it harvested it this way. No, it does not. I don't remember exactly, but I remember I had a problem with this before. I think I was in a John Deere combine with a 40-foot header. I just didn't remember which way I had to go to get it. It still could be the header causing the problem, but I had the problem with, like I said, the 40-foot wide header doing this. I don't want to get in Frank Jr.'s way here. He's going to follow the exact path that I just took, and he's going to be like, there's no straw here. Look at that. It's almost a perfect width for the header going this way, too. Okay, let's zip down here and put the rest of the grain in the trailer. Time that gets done filling, Frank Jr. should be right behind us so I can send him off home for the day. Because the only thing I'm going to left to be doing is picking up the straw bales here. Just got to get it just right. You'd think that would empty in there, but not. I got to get in there further. Yeah, about 40 minutes to harvest this field with that combine setup, so not too bad. You are done. And I'm just going to park you right here. Actually, I need to borrow that class tractor and baler. I need to go around and pick up the straw on the corners. So I'll get that when I come back down with the baling trailer. Alright, let's go deliver the rest of the grain for the contract. And see what I get left over. Then I can skip over to the grain mill and drop off the extra grain that we get. Then I'll scoot up the main road to the farm, drop off this trailer, get the baling trailer, and come back down here and collect just one trailer of bales should do it after I collect on the contract. Pardon me, other farmers, as I drive through your field. Yeah, so this grass field here wants to be turned into hay. And I think that contract's going to sit there all year Grass fields, for some reason, the farmers won't touch them, but any other field, they'll harvest them, do everything. But grass fields, they really don't work their own fields, it seems like. Okay, that other one is called I'll Take It, which means I'll take everything. I'm going to watch the upper right-hand corner. Okay, so that was awfully quick. So I'm left with 13,000 liters of barley to be made into flour. And now we got a 5% discount through Zoe Scott, which is kind of nice to have. That can come in handy in the future. So I'm going to go dump this into the grain mill, which is just right around the corner here. Oops, as I pull in front of a red car. Because that's what you do. Then I'm going to head up to the farm, like I said, and get back down here, collect those bales. And then I'll pick up the rest of the straw. Then I'll collect on the contract. I want to make sure I pick up all the straw that I possibly can before I collect on the contract. Any straw left on the ground will be deleted. Not the bales that we made, but the loose straw. And with this little bit of barley that we're putting in there, when we go to harvest our new field that we're going to be purchasing here soon, getting a lot of barley off that field. What we actually got for grain in here at this point. So we got 5,000 liters of wheat, 25,000 liters of barley, 35,000 liters of oats. So we're getting a decent amount of flour this year to sell. Alright, I'll meet you back down in the field with the baling trailer. I'll have a full trailer of bales, and I'll have the rest of the straw picked up, so we'll just collect on the contract. Sell one load of bales, and we should have the cash to buy the field. Not a whole lot of straw I got on the curbs there, but almost 4,000 liters because the baler was just about empty. So maybe 3,500, and at $40 a pop, yeah, you're talking about $120 worth of straw. Now, usually I go to the bioheating plant to sell this, but we are right down here next to the other sell point. And for what straw goes for, each sell point, $1 here, $1 there. I'm just going to go ahead and sell it right here. Although this sell point, me and the sell point always have a conversation about the slurry pit that's right here. I always kind of got to drive over the corner of it. One of these days I might pop a tire going over it for all I know. Alright, let's do that. And then if I do this. Now I usually can't get all the bales in this drop off point, but we'll try my best. Ah, one of them. There we go. That's almost enough right there to buy the land, but we can go ahead and do that. So I got all the straw picked up. The bales will stay right there. Let's go into the contract for $12,445. Let's go ahead and collect on that. And yes, $468,000, which is nice. I'm going to get more in between episodes. I'm going to go pick up the rest of these bales later on. Let me turn off my beacons, turn off my tractor. I want to teleport up there. I'm just not going to buy the land. I want to actually go up there for a second. Tiny house, hobo hut. Yep. These are our soybeans right here. Because I want to see what stats we're going to get when we buy the field. Now, I think it's going to just be, when it's not our field, it's going to say yield potential like 100%. And the expected yield is going to be, I don't know what's going to be here. That's not the field that I want, is it? No, it's this one right over here. This is the barley field. Yep. So it says 74% expected yield is 100%. No data found on the soil sampling. But when we buy it, we should get the crop rotation, and that is going to help or hurt us. It all depends. Let's go into farmlands. Field number 62. Yep, you get a 20% discount. So I don't know what that would originally be. That would be probably, let's see, 10% would be 45,000. So I'm getting like $90,000 off on this property. Yeah, 10% of, well, it's actually 40, you know, let's say 460,000. 10% of that is 46,000. So I'm getting like $92,000 off this property. Does that seem right? Seems rather extreme when you say it like that. Doesn't matter. The price right now is $460,000. Let's go ahead and buy that field. You don't have enough money to buy this land. 459. I got 468. Okay. Does a better contracts mod not actually work doing that? Is it because I'm standing in the field? That can't be it. 459, 861. I don't have the money to buy the land. So I've been doing all this for nothing? I'm not doing it for nothing. We are still getting money. We're just not getting a discount, and it's saying we can buy the land. Did you go anywhere yet? I hope not, because I figured it out. I think I did. It better worked because here we are. So luckily I haven't exited the game at all. So we're still in front of field 62. Nothing has changed. I was online trying to see, you know, why it wouldn't work. I don't see anyone saying it doesn't work. So I went to farmlands. I clicked on this. And I came down here where it says space buy. You don't have enough money to buy this land. Calm down, calm down. I'll get to this in just a second. So if you're trying to do this, so click on the land, 20% off, 459. Don't use your mouse key to click on space buy. Whatever key you have for it, hit just the space bar. Would you like to buy this land for 459, 861 minus 20%? Yes. We now have land. So, crisis averted. So, ending the episode on a high note to medium low to back to high note, I guess. The good thing is crop rotation says it's perfect. It says it was fallow, then it had grass in it, which we know it didn't, but whatever. So it now says crop rotation perfect at 110%, but it still says yield potential is only 100%. Should be at 110%, and expected yield would be better. But next episode, yes, we'll be back. We'll be getting to the barley field with a class area on narrow tires. I don't know what the soil sensor is going to do because I never really did it with crop in the ground this tall. I think we did it in the soybean field, but I don't think... I don't remember. Did I do a crop in the ground? I think it might have been the first growth stage or not at all. I really don't remember at this point. But yeah, we do have the barley field, so yay. I'm glad I stuck with it just for a little bit while longer. I don't know what made me decide to hit the space bar instead of using the mouse key to go down and hit it, but I did. And so if you're having that issue and haven't been able to do it yourself, well then maybe I just helped you out there, if that's the case. But anyways, that will do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in East Vineland, but until then, have a good one.